All right, kids, so here is how I can create like an input box that I can place a number and then I can spit that number out somewhere else. So let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to take a text input and put it up here, and I won't need it that large. But while I'm here, I will make it the font size like 50 so you guys can see anything I type in there. And then I want to spit out the number down here, and I want to make that font size 50 as well. And then I want a button, so when I click on the button will do all of my action. So I want to put a number in here. So when I run it, I want to put in like the number 5, and then I want to press a button, and I want to come out with another number down here. Maybe that's related to the 5. So it's kind of similar to the thermostat app in a way. So I'm going to go to the code. So or actually I could probably just go right here. So I will need some variables first. So I'm going to go into the code. I need a place to store that number that I plug in there. So I'll go to my blocks. I'm just going to go over here into my I will make sure I show the blocks. And then I'm going to call this my input number. And I use camel case. So input and the end is capitalized. And so what I would like to do then is when something gets put in there, when something gets put in here, I would like to have it stored in that variable. So there is going to be some sort of an event trigger for this. So let's go here. Let's get an on event. And my event is the text input 1. So when the text input 1, when something is inputted into that, then what I'd like to do, I want to get another variable block. I don't need to declare it. I don't need to call it var. So I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to say input number. And then what I need to do is I need to get whatever I put in there. And so that is a get. I could use get text, but there is also a get number that is down here. So get property, get size. Maybe I missed the number part. Maybe that, oh, there it is, get number. And that number is coming from the text input. And so when I input something in here, that number is going to get stored at the input number. Now what I want to do is I want to do something with the button. So when I click on the button, I want it to show up here. So I need an event trigger for the button. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go on event. And this is my button. And when the button is clicked on it, I want the text to show up here. And so what I want to do is I want to set the text. So I want to set the text of text area 1. And I want to set it to this text here. And so what I can do is I can delete that out, and the text, what I'm putting in there is actually input number or input num. I don't know if this is going to work or not, so we just give this a try, but this looks pretty good. So let's click on run. I'm going to place 10 in there, click on the button, and then 10 pops up down there. Now what I could do is I could go up here and in quotes, I could say your number is, put a semicolon there, put a space, put another quote, and then concatenate the input number, and it kind of does that for me. And I probably need to go back to my design element and make this font smaller. So I will make the font 25. And let's go back to the code and let's run it. And I will put a number in here, 7, and then your number is 7. So that's how I get a number from here to go there. Now, if I wanted to, I could take this out. Let me trash this. And what I could show is a random number. So under the math is where the random number thing is. So I could go over here to my random number, drop it in the little hole there. And I could have this number be input num there. And I could have that number be 2 times input num. And then this would spit out a random number between 7 and 2 times 7. So let's reset it and run it. And let's go 10. And let's click on the button. And so it gives me a random number. I should not go over 20. And I should not go under 10. So this is how you can grab an input in a text input area and have it print out somewhere else using the button.